It's summer, well not summer, it's spring. The bugs are starting to come back, so it's gonna be interesting having bugs flying around me, but I wasn't actually gonna make this video simply because there's so many out there. Yes, the videos about the HDO, but I really wanted to give you a first impression for several reasons. First of all, I am not sponsored by FatShark. I don't get my stuff for free. Yeah, I'm sponsored by Newbie Drone, but I'm not sponsored by any particular manufacturer, so I can say there's no politics. I can say whatever needs to be said. So these are my trusty Dominator V2s, and I've had these since either late 2014 or early 2015, and these are the very first batch of these goggles, I'm pretty sure. And over here I have my HDOs. I'm gonna try to keep this video short. Now I'm gonna give you my initial impression and why. First of all, I have a set of HD3s that arrived with these because I was planning on keeping only one of them, not the other one. But let's go straight to the point here. I was reading a couple of threads, and there's a reason that FatShark went with these OLED screens and this price. Apparently so. Remember, FatShark doesn't make their own OLED screens. They're made by Panasonic, I believe. So they have control around everything else except for two things: the price of the OLED screens, they're expensive, and then they have control about the structure of the goggle itself and the design. So the way I'm seeing this, yes, there's a lot of things that FatShark did not do to improve this goggle. Their focus was putting on the OLED screens, and I believe, first of all, the next size up in OLED screens is too expensive. You're not going to pay the price that it's going to command if they try to squeeze those things in here. So this was the happy medium to get the price where it needs to be and have OLED screens and keep the price where it needs to be, which is their flagship price, which is $500. Yes, it's expensive, but they don't make their own OLED screens, so they have to somehow, balance things out. I believe that they wanted to give us the best screen possible, and the expense of being able to change that and the rest of the goggle, for example, tooling for the body itself and all these things, would have brought the price up too high. And then you guys that are complaining about field of view and complaining about other things, yes, I don't like the stupid plug. I think this should have been changed a long time ago. I wish there was an on-off button. In fact, the only two things I don't like about this thing are the plug and the on-off button. Oh, and the IPDs could be improved, of course. We all know this. The look of the OLED screens are a big improvement above anything else I've ever seen. And I think the FOV, the field of view, is perfect. See, the HD3s, I've flown it. Some of you guys are complaining, oh, it's too small, this and that. Most of you don't understand that not everybody can focus on a big screen because your eyes are too close or whatever. And I found that I could fly the HD3s, but I have rough edges. I could barely focus on them. And remember, I'm sure FatShark lost a lot of customers with the HD1s and HD2s because a lot of people couldn't use them. I personally, I can't even see through those. As a business, the size of this field of view, I believe, is perfect because it fits the most amount of people. And you can't alienate every customer, a lot of customers. You have to find something that fits the most people because at the end of the day, you have to make money with these things. The screen itself, how it looks, it's impressive. It's way better than anything else I've ever tried, and the field of view is perfect for me. With these IPDs, I can focus and I don't get rough edges, but it's there. It's just right. Anything bigger, I'm gonna start getting blurry edges. So for me, at least, they're perfect. Yes, I think that I could do a bigger screen if the IPDs could be adjusted inwards a bit. I was checking it. I think these do 56 and these are 57 or 57 and 59. For some reason, the specs on these say that you can adjust them more, but looking at them, they seem the same to me. So maybe the specs are wrong. I don't know. You guys that are getting these, you're gonna probably have to adjust your cameras and kind of bring the saturation down a little bit because the stuff looks like overly saturated sometimes. But that's us. We change the camera settings, we oversaturate them so that these look clear and you get a lot of color. So you're gonna have to dial that back for these guys. But yeah, the HD3s that arrived in the box, I'm not even going to open them. They're going straight back. sealed, and I'm gonna stick with these. I think, yeah, the price is kind of high, but that's the same thing everybody paid for the HD3s. There's nobody making anything like this. Yeah, there's people that are creeping up close to FatShark at the moment, like Aomway with the Commander V2s, but nobody's got this display. So yes, I expect in the future the competition to go up and hopefully put light a fire on their FatShark's ass and make them really rebuild these. So I expect in the future to see a new case, OLED screens, an included fan so that's one circuit, no freaking cable on the outside, an on-off button. But you know what? Apart from that, these fit. You know, there's a risk they go and change the case and then it doesn't fit a bunch of other people. So I think they really need to stick very close to this form factor and just improve a number of things. So I'm not giving you a picture. I'm not giving you a DVR. It's unnecessary. A lot of people are doing it. The people that are doing DVR, I don't know what the point is because the DVR on these things are all the same, so I don't see how it's going to look any different. If you look at the DVR, it's all the same stuff. They're just showing you how the picture looks through the DVR, not through the OLED screen. So yeah, Joshua Bartwell did the one where he put the camera, and I think that's the best one right now. I think Oscar Liang did one too. So I don't need to go through the trouble of showing you the picture. There's plenty of videos of that. It's just my basic impression of it and how, as a non-sponsored pilot, I think I'm pretty happy with these. Oh! Not all is perfect in batch 1 land. These I bought as batch 1 and there was a problem with the DVR. I believe these are the ones that when you unplug the DVR there was no capacitor to allow the file to write, so it corrupts your file. I got used to that. But I swore I was going to buy batch 1 again for that reason. And guess what? I go and buy batch 1 of these. There is a little garbled line of pixels at the very bottom of the screen, and that's been reported by everybody except the sponsored pilots. The cure for that, which kind of sucks to have to go through that, is you turn on the goggle, you see the little garbled line, you switch to HDMI, switch back to the OLED screens, and it goes away. Kind of sucks having to go through that every time I turn them on for a $500 goggle. There's no fix announced. I hear rumors that they're planning on offering a fix, but most of these things are based on firmware fixes, and most of these things, like some DTXs and certain other things, they don't have a bootloader, so you can't just go and flash them. So unless FatShark is planning on taking them back to reflash them and fix that issue, I think we're stuck with it. I don't think the issue is big enough for me to bother sending them back. I could send them back and wait for batch 2, where that should hopefully be fixed. Do I want to do that? I don't know. I think I'm just going to keep it and just turn them on, button. You can treat it as an on-off button, I guess. On-off sequence. So yeah, that's it. Overall, I'm pretty impressed. I like them. And it's going to be my main goggle from now on. Until they come up with a new one, I guess. And by then, maybe I'll be sponsored and I'll get a free pair.